Hello everyone! Today we're going to do the Endwalker magical range DPS role quests. But let's not dilly-dally too much. Go ahead and head on over to the... Let's see, which delegate are we going to do this time? Because we've done Gridanian and Limzin. Limzin? I don't know how to... Okay, Ishgardian is the magical range DPS. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to the Ishgardian delegate and get started. Our aching souls. The Ishgardian delegate seeks a battle mage with courage unwavering. Ah, my Lady Berillion, I have awaited your coming. The phenomenon wherein men turn into monsters. It pains to say that Ishgard has not been spared. A dread blasphemy has appeared in the Holy See, and to compound the people's horror, the beast resembles a dragon. 'Tis imperative that it be vanquished without delay, and to that end, we have begun assembling a hunting party. Given that fear and despair may turn our allies against us, we are being stringent in whom we choose for this duty. Yet while we have confidence in the quality of our knights, the mission would greatly benefit for the presence of a battle mage, one who can stand unflinching in the face of our fellow quarry. We would be hard-pressed to find an individual who fits the description better than you. Will you not lend us your strength and skill? Oh, actually, I got something else to do. You can count on me. We are in your debt. Just a moment while I relay the glad tidings to command. Hey, we got the sucker. "'Tis settled. Upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the Aetherite Plaza. I can never pronounce this guy's name. Oh, okay, yeah, this is Emanuelin's brother, who is now the head of House Fortemps, right? I think so. Artorial, that's his name. Lord Artorial will be there to receive you. May the Fury speed your way." Alright, let's head on over to Ishgard. Just take the Aetherite. Actually, you can take the airship all the way to Ishgard, but it actually does cost a bit more because you're quite a bit farther away from Ishgard than you are from the other city-states. So you'll see the price is 500 gil instead of like 300 or whatever. I don't remember the last time we actually interacted with Lord Artorial. Or, yeah, that's how you say it. Close enough. Because obviously we interacted with his brother during the contingent, Ilsapart contingent. But let's go ahead and talk to Lord Artorial. Toriel. Brilliant! I have been expecting you. Words cannot express how heartening it is to have you fighting beside us. Allow me to echo that sentiment. Greetings, my friend. Lest you wonder, Lord Artorial and I are leading the effort to deal with the blasphemy. With your capable self in the fold, I have no doubt that we shall succeed. Without further ado, I shall brief you on the situation. 'Twas a handful of days after the first beasts appeared in Ratzaton. An Elizin man was observed at the Hopalon in the Pillars, walking with an unsteady gait. All of a sudden, he buckled over as if in pain, and before anyone knew what was happening, he had transformed into a terrible, draconic beast. At the mere sight of this, many who chanced to be present also turned, and regrettably, the temple knights were forced to put them down. The blasphemy itself, however, took wing and fled. Profane Fafnir, we have chosen to call it, after the dragon man of the Ishgardian myth. Since that day, the beast has oft been sighted in the skies above Ishgard. It does not attack, only circles menacingly for a time ere it disappeared again. Alas, These brief visitations are enough to cause more people to turn, and for fear and panic to spread further. As part of our investigation, we have sought the identity of the man who became the Blasphemy, but thus far we have learned naught. We have, however, identified a common thread between those two subsequently turned. All were people with a fervent faith, people such as priests and inquisitors. That sounds like a win-win. No, that's pretty mean. When the truth of our nation's history was laid bare, the legitimacy of the church was called into question. Many Ishgardians struggled to reconcile the revelations with their beliefs, and none more so than the pious. Such men and women were poised, would be more susceptible to despair, and therefore the transformation. We must find a way to stop it. Ishgard has only just emerged from a 1,000-year war, and we cannot suffer another great tragedy, much less so soon. In order to attain a better understanding of the situation, we intend to speak with a member of the clergy. The sole individual who survived witnessing the Blasphemy's birth without being turned. Clem is his name, and he is a deacon at St. Raymond's Cathedral. Come, let us seek him out there at once. Okay. Let's see, the cathedral's up in the 2nd level, I believe. So let's see. Need to teleport, yeah, up to the pillars. Yeah, this is where that's the scholarate. I did those quests a long time ago. Or Scholat, however you say it. Here he is, Deacon Clem. Let us see what he can tell us. Not so very long ago, few would have imagined Ishgardian knights marching beyond the bounds of their own dominion. But we have ventured to the heart of Garlemald and fought for no less than the faith of the world itself. Our nation has changed, and continues to do so. Lord Emmerich, Lord Arturiel, and the savior of Ishgardians besides, you do me a great honor. I am Clem, and I serve as a deacon here at St. Raymond's Cathedral. I understand you were among those in the Hoplon when the incident occurred. We give thanks to the Fury for your merciful preservation. We now seek to prevent the Blasphemy from wreaking further havoc, and would appreciate any details you can provide. Loath though we are to make you recall unpleasant memories, will you not recount to us what you witnessed that day? Very well. We are presently relocating the vault's libraries to the cathedral. In case you were unaware, we had finished delivering a batch of tomes, and were on our way to bring over another. As we approached the Hoplon, we noticed a young man walking unsteadily. No sooner had he come to an abrupt halt than he transformed into a draconic beast. The fiend fixed us with a menacing glare, and it was all we could do to find our wits and flee. But to my compounding horror, my brethren who were with me began turning into monstrosities as well, one after another. Praise the Fury that you, at least, were spared, Deacon Clem. I cannot imagine how frightening the experience must have been. Bishop... how do you say this? Vartino? Bishop Vartino. Forgive me if I interrupt. I was informed that our stalwart protectors were present, and wish to express my gratitude. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for your service. I pray that we shall soon be free of this scourge. Indeed, if there is aught we might do to aid in your efforts, you need but say it. You are most kind, your grace. He seems suspicious. But, like, I don't know how he would be involved or anything. That was Bishop Vartino, the head of St. Raymond's and a member of the Synod? Sure. With the seat of the Archbishop vacant, he is, in effect, the highest authority in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. That is so, yet in spite of his elevated station, he remains as a kind and humble man as any I have ever known. Like his grace, I would do all I can to help shepherd our people through this uncertain time. To that end, there is a request I would make of you, if you can spare a moment to consider it. Nope, sorry, we're busy. Of course, if it is within our power, we shall be glad to offer you aid. Thank you. I'm giving this guy a little bit too high of a voice. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be a little bit older. What manner of request could this be? His tone bespeaks urgency. The deacon was no less terrified by the blasphemy than his peers, yet he alone did not turn. By what grace was he spared? In the wake of the transformations, a group of clergymen fled the city in fear. Yet, though they sought refuge in the wilderness, they put themselves at the mercy of the elements and fell fiends both. Given that the cause of the transformations is not clear, I think theirs was a decidedly unwise decision. I wish to set out and find them, but I am not trained in the ways of war. As such, I require those who are to accompany me in the search. So that is the way of it. Suffice it to say, we will help. Do you know whither your fellows may be headed? The Western Highlands, I believe, because that's a pretty vague. Between Gorgain Mills and Hemlock, there is no shortage of abandoned dwellings in the area. Very well. Time being of the essence, I propose we split up and scour separate areas. Brilliant. If you could escort the good deacon to Gorgain Mill, Lord Artorial and I will tend to Hemlock. Yeah, let me just escort Clem as he disappears into nothingness. Okay, let's go ahead and head out to Western Highlands. See if we can find those... What were we looking for? The priests? The clergymen. That's right. Okay, closest is the Sky Steel Manufactory, and then we gotta run outside. It is... I still find it a bit annoying that there isn't a mini Aetheryte, or at least that you can't teleport out to the Western Highlands. You can do the Central Highlands, but not Western Highlands. Anyway, looks like are these the people we are looking for? That you should choose to abide in such harsh conditions. You? Yes, me. Ah, I see you found them. Yes, and none worse for wear, thank the Fury. My friend, forgive us if you have given cause for alarm. We've come out of concern for your well-being. Though we understand why you quit the city, we fear you may have placed yourselves at greater risk by coming here. His Grace Bishop Vortino, too, worries for your health and prays of your swift return, so please, will you not allow us to escort you to the Holy See? I assure you, you'll be much safer there than in this wretched place. Servants of the Fury will never be safe in the city, don't you see? This is your fault! You and your cursed revolution! The people disdain us, mock us behind our backs, and spit in our faces. I figured this is what was gonna happen. And now, someone is conspiring to transform us into monstrosities! Yeah, well, it's not our fault. Enemies of the church, I'll wager, emboldened by your deeds. No. So no, I will not go back to Ishgard. I'd sooner freeze to death than suffer your pity. What? All I ever done was in service to her. I'm a good man. I do not, she cannot forsake me. Howland, preserve! Brilliant. We cannot allow him to harm any others. Give chase and do what you must. We will remain here and keep the others calm. I kind of expected that. Nothing like a bit of religion to cause people to be fanatical. All shall be well, my friends. Come, join me in prayer. Deacon Clem, please do what you can to reassure them. Yes, of course. Do not worry about us. See to the beast. It cannot have gone far. Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty far, to be honest. Good thing I can fly. Let's see, where's my purple circle? There it is. Well, time to die. That was quick. Well, he did. All shall be... yeah, that's the same thing. What of the beast? Is it done, Brilliant? Yep, he's dead. My thanks. What happened is most regrettable, but we must be grateful that no one else came to harm. While you were gone, the deacon was able to convince the others to return to the city. Let us escort them back at once, and reconvene at the congregation to consider our next course of action. For our purposes, we shall use the strategy room. Announce yourself to the guard without, and we will show you in. Oh well, let's head on back. Let's go ahead and teleport. I kind of figured that they had left because of their faith, and a lot more because of their faith and being shunned, rather than because they were afraid of the blasphemies. Yeah, it's kind of expected. Okay, Temple Night Guard, let me in. Lords Emmerich and Artorial await you within the strategy room. Will you be joining them? Sure. Here we shall discuss our plans to deal with the blasphemy. Whensoever you wish to enter, you need but say so to the guard. Lest you wonder, we have taken the clergyman to St. Raymond's to rest and recover. If truth be told, the thought that they may still succumb to despair and turn remains at the forefront of my mind. Yet the risk would be greater still were we to keep them at arm's length and deny them the comfort of the church. Indeed, from the words he spoke, that inquisitor yearned for days of old. He and others like him can scarcely be blamed. Since the truth of the nation's founding and the Archbishop's machinations were made public knowledge, the Church has been in turmoil. Though we have made great strides in separating religion from state, there has been far less progress in the reformation of the Church. For our faith has been everything to us, our purpose and our comfort. 'Tis not an easy thing to reconcile one's beliefs with betrayal of our spiritual leaders. Thus torn between their hearts and minds, many Ishgardians feel lost, and none more so than the members of the clergy whose faith was once unshakable. Little wonder, then, that the most dedicated and devout are likely to turn. So it seems, but further investigation is needed ere we draw a definite conclusion. With the war's end, Ishgard has set out on a new path. The choices we make now shall determine our course for the future. Come what may, we dare not squander the chance we have fought so hard to attain. Once the returned clergymen have sufficiently calmed down, I shall have the deacon speak with them, that we might gain insight into their individual plights. Good. Meanwhile, I shall take the opportunity to brief my men on the recent developments. Pray take a moment's rest, my friend. You have earned it. When you are ready to continue our work, you may seek us out here. Oh yeah, sure, main character, take a rest. I'm sure you'll actually take a break.